Hey team, this is one of our cardio express workouts. It's a Scottish or UK workout and it's Edinburgh. Now this is a pure race workout, high intensity effort. You've really got to, at each of these 6 stations, you're going as hard as you can to get that heart rate up. Fantastic for fitness, fantastic for mental health. HIIT training is where it's at, yeah? Actually this workout, this is 6 stations. 4 of them are a pure HIIT and 2 of them are core stations, just to kind of break it up a little bit and allow you to go even harder on those HIIT stations. So what we've done here is of the 6 stations, and I've given you 7 minutes to finish each station. If I finish the station in 4 minutes, I've got a 7-minute window. If I finish in 4, I get a 3-minute rest, all right? So it's not meant to take you the full 7 minutes because there's no set break between the stations. That is 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes. So we are expecting you to finish with time to spare, and so then you rest. If you just, that's not important to you, the timing, just do each one as hard as you can, grab a drink, give yourself a couple of minutes rest and then go again if you're not so fussed about the specific timing, but that's how it's supposed to be. You'll also notice on each station we've given a black, a blue and a red option. That's advanced, intermediate and beginner target, so choose what's appropriate for you. Remember, we're trying to challenge ourselves here. You're ready to work out, so choose the right challenge. Don't be scared and have a crack at it. Yeah, all right. If you're particularly good at one station but not the others, you may even, you can chop and change levels if you need to. Generally, it's not the case, but it's your workout. You make sure you give it your best effort. All right, so cool. Let's go through it. So the first one is a run. Okay, so the black level is 1,000 meters, a 1K run, 800 meters and 600 meters. So what I suggest you do for that is part of your warm up, go for a walk, all right? And so if I'm doing the black level, for example, go for a walk and count my steps for 500 steps, all right? That's my warm up. So I do 500 steps from wherever, say my backyard or out the front of my house or downstairs the apartments or wherever it may be. So I mark my starting spot next to the letterbox. I then do 500 steps as part of my warm-up. I know where that 500 steps is. I say, okay, that's next to house number 14 around the corner on Shirley Street. And so because it's 500 meters away, there and back is my kilometer, okay? So that is my first station, a kilometer run for black level. Obviously, if I'm doing blue level, it's 400 steps away, which would be 400 meters there and back is 800, and 300 steps for red level. All right, so that's your run. If you're not a runner, try a power walk. Go as fast as you can on a power walk, whatever's safe for you. If you've got a bike at home, you can maybe use a bike and do double the distance. You find out what's appropriate for you. Okay, that's station 1. Remembering, I do it as quick as I can, so it takes me 5 minutes. I've got a 2-minute break after it. Okay, the next one is Russians and mountain climbers. So it says there, it's giving you a number, which is total number of reps that I must achieve for both the Russians and the mountain climbers within that 7-minute window, all right? So say for example, I'm doing the black level, it says times 200 each. That's 200 Russians and 200 mountain climbers I've got to do in this station, but I can break it up how I want to. So say if I'm doing 200, I might do 50 of each times 4, which will give me the 200. If I'm doing the blue level, I might do 40 of each times 4, which will give me that. I can break it up into as big or little individual steps as I want. I just have to get through it. We do intend you to jump back and forth to exercise. Don't try to do 200 in one go of one and then the other because your technique will start to fail. So, and there's not a big transition between, so you can jump in between the exercises quickly. What those exercises are is the Russians, which is that standing nice and light on my feet, tall through my torso, and just tapping the inside of my foot like so. If I knee issues or any impact issues, I can just do a walking version or a fast walking version like so. And then my mountain climbers is strong position, shoulders over my wrists, eyes in front of my fingers about there. So I'm not back here, I'm right over my wrists and then like so, okay? So strong hips, strong core, and then run those feet back and forwards, all right? So reps of each. The next one is another little combo superset, sit-ups, which is a spinal flexion, and supermans, which is a spinal extension. It says 90 reps of each of those two options for black, 70 each for blue, and 50 each for red. Once again, you break them up how you want to. So I'm doing the red level, black level, which is 90. I might do three sets of 30 of each, alternating between those two movements until I achieve my target number. All right. For the sit-ups, I've got my mat. So the best sit-up is all the way down. Touch your hands to the mat either side of my ears. Now keeping my feet glued to the ground and leading through my tummy, not through my hands. So I come up, I lead up through my tummy, touch the ankles, all the way back to control. Touch the mat. Once again, don't throw my arms. Nice and smooth up. Keep those feet glued to the ground so I'm not lifting off the ground like so. So sit-ups for X amount of reps, and then jump over, lift all four limbs, back down. Lift all four limbs, back down. Make sure I'm not just focusing on my legs, I'm getting the arms up as high as I can too, all right? So once again, I'm supersetting between those two movements, breaking up however I want to so I can get through that set with good technique, but as efficiently as possible. The next one is a hill station, all right? So it obviously depends what you've got around you. If you've got a hill or a set of stairs or some sort of incline nearby, then just stop the 7 minutes and just go to that spot if it's close by. Or you could do it at the very end of the workout if you've got to leave the house, or you can do it at the very start of the workout, whatever works for you. Your other alternative, if there's nothing like that around, just repeat the run station. So do that a second time as your station 4, okay? If I do have the hills or stairs around, I want you to do, it's going to be about a 30 meter run or a 20 meter run. I want you to sprint up the hill as hard as you can, either running or walking if you need to, but sprint up and then walk your way down or jog your way down and do 12 sets of that, all right? The next one is the skipping station. So for this one, I've got my skips. I can either do my double feet skips or my alternating feet skips, and there's a one big juicy rep target then there for each of the 3 levels. Last station, my prone my prone toe touch and my supine toe touch. This is 2 other core exercises. Supersetting again until I get the target number on each of the exercises. So my prone toe touch is strong prone position, keeping my legs straight, touch the opposite toe, back to prone. Touch, back to prone. I'm trying to hit that perfect plank position. I don't want to sag down. I don't want my bum in the air the whole time. I come back to that perfect position in between reps. So I do X amount of those. I then spin over, opposite toe touch, like so. Trying to keep those hips relatively stable. I'm not flopping all over the place. So I'm supersetting between those 2 moves until I hit those targets. Once again, I might do 20s of each or 15s of each until I get to the target. All right, guys. So the 7 minutes is a bit of a guide for you, but work hard on those stations, get through them efficiently, and work hard.